hard, hold on to the ball, fighting hard to keep their footing. Gary Collins hits it in, but again picked up by the man of war corner forward Gary Moore, who's out there, gives it to the full forward Shane Moore. He has the ball, gives it to William Moore, a long ball for Manowar, heading down into the full back line, but well defended there by David Fitzpatrick. He picks it up. Dara Moyle looking for it there, but well done by Fitzpatrick. Ball now with Alan Hendrick, and once again it's Shane McCluskey soloing the ball over this side of the field, and then he's over the far side. Players exchanging power. There's a strange one there. It looked like a foul, and the man of war man went down as well, but it looked like it was a foul on the Parnells man. Anyway, the ball with Gary Collins. Gary gives it into Martin Whelan, and Martin uses his big frame to win this ball. The midfield man William Moore just off him. That's ball kicked bad wide there for Parnells. I think that was Paul Cody had that effort there for Parnells, another wide. They haven't had too many wides in the opening 24-25 minutes, but that was one of them anyway. But Manowar still ahead by a point, and Parnells 4 wides and Manowar just 2. I would have thought it would have been the opposite. Kick out taken there by Manowar, picked up over on the far side again by David Aaron Jemison gives it in. Once again it's Stephen Duffy running for this ball, but it's gone wide over on the far side. Bad wide there. That's another wide for Parnells. We're adding one now to the list, but we've got 25 minutes, just gone 25 minutes in this game. It's Manowar 5 points, Parnells 4 points. I suppose it would mean just as much to both clubs to win this championship, having gone through the knockout stage to get to here, and I'm sure Parnells would love to add it to the junior hurling championship, which would be a great feat. I'm sure it's been achieved once or twice before. Bit of a scramble in the middle, a great catch there by Aaron Jemison, and the ball is taken away from him, and the referee James King, I think, is he going to throw this one in again yet? Scrappy game now. The possession very hard to come by, and James King got to throw the ball in there. We think Gary Collins is in there with the full forward for Manowar, Shane Moore, but Paul Rigney picks it up there. Alan Hendrick now on the ball. He's fouled over there by the Manowar cornerback Francis Sheridan, so it's a free to Parnells now with 26 minutes gone here in this first half. Ball kicked in, nicely caught there by Ian Brady. Ian solos the ball, just giving it out the other side to Gary Collins. Gary settles himself, kind of stubs the ground, and looks to have hurt himself actually there by doing kick the ground. So the Parnells number 10 Gary Collins temporarily down injured. I think when he kicked that ball he kicked the turf, so it looks like he's okay. Ball kicked by Gary Moore, a long ball down, and referee James King is given a free from where the ball lands to Manowar. Maybe it was a late tackle, a foul off the ball. Didn't really see what was happening there anyway. So it's a free kick to Manowar, almost on the halfway line over on the Crave Kieran side of the field, and it looks like it's the number 8 for Manowar, William Moore, to take this one. 27 minutes gone here in the first half. Ball still, players running the position everywhere. A long one kicked again by Moore. It's dropping in right on the edge of the Parnells square, and it's a full forward. It's the centre field man. Oh, what a miss there by John Fleming, the captain of Manowar, through on his own. A very bad, blazed the ball wide there, so that's the first real chance to put a bit of distance between the two teams. About 27 minutes gone here in this first half, and Manowar still that point ahead here against Parnell. Manowar 5 points, Parnells 4 points. Very bad miss there by the Manowar captain John Fleming. Blazed that ball wide, had plenty of time to pick a spot. Maybe that's what he was thinking of doing, but went very far wide. Dean Lawler kicks the ball out, dropping over on the other side of the field. Batted down by Gary Collins. It's over there with Paul Cody. Paul wins it, gives it to Collins inside to Paul Rigney. Paul hits a long one in, looking for Martin Whelan, who wins the ball. Being chased there by the cornerback Brian Sheridan. Now it's with good kick in, dropping in, and fumble there. The long ball kicked in by Stephen Duffy, but Martin Whelan may be in that square there. He's saying something to the umpire, but referee is adamant there, has his hand up, and he's given a free out to Manowar. So that was a chance, but Whelan was in the square. So ball now ready for the kick out. It's been taken by Paul Martin, the Manowar goalkeeper, kicks it out of his hands, dropping in the centre of the field, punched on, but looks like picked up over there with Paul Cody. Paul left-footed over the far side looking for Darren Myler, but Darren doesn't get to it. Picked up in there by Manowar, and it's brilliantly intercepted by Gary Collins. Gary's on a run now over on the far side of the field, just steadies himself again. Good high ball in. Looks like it's gone over the bar. It's a great point by Gary Collins. Fantastic point there. He won that ball. It looked like the ball was aiming for Darren Myler and he missed it, but the Manowar men came out with the ball, but Gary Collins kept chasing and picked it up and steadied himself and got a great score there to put the teams level at 5 points each, with 29 and a half minutes gone in this first half here in Parnell Park. So 5 points apiece now, and I think the rain has stopped, so thankfully for that, for anyone that's out on the terraces or watching the game. Not too many, most of the crowd on the far side of the field, certainly in the stand, are all tucked up against the back of the stand, so not too many people floating around with this rain. Referee now talking to the two number 8s, William Moore and Aaron Jemison, and he did warn him a few minutes ago about one or two things, and now he decided to take some sort of decisive action now, and it looks like he's possibly going to book the pair of them. No, I think it's just a tick. He didn't put a card, but he's waving his finger at both of them and probably saying to them, any more of that now, lads, and you'll get the card. So that's okay. Maybe a bit of sensible refereeing, because there hasn't really been anything of any grace. Oh, a long kick there by Paul Cody. Looking like it's going to go over there too. Stephen Duffy on the ball now, steadies himself, gives it into the ball, brilliantly blocked down there by never by James Swinney, but blocked down by the left half back for Manowar. Manowar on the ball now, out, and out comes Shane McCluskey with the ball, gives it over to Paul Rigney. Paul Rigney, good ball into Gary Collins. Gary's on the ball again, very stylish footballer, looking for Martin Whelan. Martin pulls it back in there, and he's very nice back flick with his foot into Stephen Duffy. Stephen gives it back to Whelan. Whelan looking to steady himself up. There's a superb ball in there to Paul Rigney now. Paul Rigney steadies himself, and the kick doesn't do himself justice. I'm sure Riggers will be a bit unhappy with that. I wonder will he be writing about that in the report. Him being the club PRO, I don't think he's too proud of that one. Anyway, Riggers, not to worry, we know you didn't mean it. We're just into, it's 31 minutes gone now on this watch into the game, and it's Parnells 5 points, Manowar 5 points. Just an injury in the middle of the field there for William Moore, the Manowar centre field, and just a brief stop and play there. As it's obvious from the first half, it's a very, very level game, but both teams sort of, well, one, I suppose Manowar had the one chance to goal that John Fleming, the captain of Manowar, blazed wide, but nevertheless it's even Steven as we come up towards the half-time break. Good long kick out to the far side by Paul Martin. Brilliantly caught in there again by the full forward. That's Shane Moore, who's having a very good game. He's playing very, very deep for Parnells, but one of the Parnells men down injured now, and just looking to see it's Darren Jemison, yeah. Jump for that ball with Shane Moore, but cleanly won, so no problem. This is going to be a free anyway for Manowar. Kicked again by Fleming, blocked in there by Paul Rigney, but it's still with Shane Moore, who's having a big influence on the game. A nice footballer. He's very, very hard to dispossess. And the referee gives another free for handling the ball on the ground. So, bit of a let off there for Parnells. Aaron Jemison on the ball now. I think he's okay after that little. And referee James King blows the whistle for half time here. It's Parnells 5 points, Manowar 5 points, and plenty of chances, plenty of wides, but both sides level at this stage going into the second half, and thankfully the rain has stopped here. So at half time in the junior championship final, it's Parnells 5 points, Manowar 5 points. I think the Parnells lads they're not actually going off the pitch here, they're all going down the far end, and I'm sure there'll be words of wisdom in there from Jimmy McGrain and his selectors. Rather than go into the dressing room, they're going to stay put and maybe have a tactical talk. Was that what you would call it? Anyway, that's the situation here at half time. It's 5 points to Parnells and 5 points to Manowar. So we're looking forward to an interesting second half to see where the think has stopped. Well, the heavy rain has stopped. The Parnells team stayed on the pitch during that half time break, so they're not going to have to acclimatise for the second half. They haven't been cushioned inside in their dressing rooms. Now, hopefully that has a desired effect for the second half. And referee James King just checking to see that everything is okay, his watch is okay, and the centre field men there. You see Shane Moore from Manowar has gone out in the centre field now, and it's Aaron Jemison and Darren Moyler for Parnells, and the other centre field man is William Moore. Ball kicked in right into the rocket and picked up in there by the cornerback from Manowar, and straight out over the field, straight over the line for a line ball to Parnells. Ball looks like it's going to be taken out by Gary Collins. He drops it into the corner there. Martin Whelan going for it. The ball is fumbled there by the cornerback Brian Sheridan, but still comes out with the ball. Tackle there by Martin Whelan. He's still pursuing him, and he's still coming out with the ball. The right half back, and Martin Whelan still trying to stop him going out, but the ball is still cleared away and it goes in. But excellently won there by the Parnells right half back Dave Fitzpatrick. Now Gary Collins has the ball again. Sullivan, Martin Whelan calling furiously for it, but Gary still moving with the ball, steadying himself. High kick, and it looks like it's gone to the left of the post some wide there. Martin Whelan was in a bit of space there for Parnells, but nevertheless it's gone wide, and we're just coming up to the first minute of the game, second half here in Parnell Park. And as we said earlier, it wasn't a nice afternoon, not a nice afternoon. The lights are still on, but I don't think the rain is coming down as heavy. Kick out there from Paul Martin from Manowar into the centre of the field. It's picked up by the Manowar centre field, John Fleming, the captain, and he wins a free there. Gives it a short one to his partner William Moore, left footed kick over, looking for the speedy Jason McGlynn. He's battling for the ball over there with David Fitzpatrick, and referee James King gives a free to the Parnells man, going to be taken by James Sweeney, and he's just steadying himself, looking for who's in a bit of space, but leaving it to Paul Rigney. Will Paul take a short one now? He kicks it down again, looking for Martin Whelan. A little nudge in the back there by the cornerback, but anyway the ball comes out to William Moore. William picks it up again, but a combination of Parnell's players beats him. Ball lost again, and James McGlynn there, and referee James King is going to have a word with one of the Parnell's defenders to see what the story is, and the foul there. It's a free in for Manowar, and the first free of the second half with just nearly 2 minutes gone in the second half, and it's Alan Hendrick that's exactly giving him a yellow card there for Alan Hendrick. So I think that's the first one of the game. Free being taken here, looks standing back. It's with the left foot. It's going to be William Moore that's taking this one for Manowar. He's a nice style of it, and approaching the free now. He's a good belt of a ball, so if he gets the distance now, the ball's dropping in short enough, and it went in there, lucky enough. Mishandle there, looks like a substitute for Manowar, number 20, Sean Mooney, who's obviously come on at half time, but ball back out again to Jason McGlynn, the Manowar player. That's brilliantly done there by the centre half forward Ian Brady. Great bit of work battling to win that ball, and gives it in. Pushed out there, and it's a rocket on the ball, gives it back to Stephen Duffy again. Good teamwork by Parnells. Gary Collins on an overlap now, ball in there. Ball is actually dropping in and dropping way to the left and wide there. Another ambitious effort there for Parnells. So we're still gone into 3 minutes and still no score for the start of the second half, and as I said, both teams having chances and creating chances, but it's not really going their way. And ball ready for a kick out there by Paul Martin, Manowar goalkeeper from the church end, and just gets a little bit of height into the centre, but again picked up by the Manowar Jason McGlynn. I think again a lot of the players are actually playing very deep for Manowar, not playing their position. I suppose that's the modern game for you. All in there, but it's Shane McCluskey trying to tackle them, but it's number 9 for Manowar, John Fleming, running with the ball now. He's holding on to it there, trying to solo it, steadies himself again. He's going to have a big Oh, nice bit of a dummy there. Puts his feet out, but brilliantly done by Paul Cody. Paul has plenty of time to give it, gives it. Ball blocked down again by John Fleming, and it's a line ball to Parnells. 4 minutes, just gone 4 minutes in the second half. And we're just waiting for the ball. The ball actually did it go wide. Dean Lawler just waiting for the ball to come back to him here, I think. A little bit of a lull on the players. Nobody has scored at the first couple of minutes of this second half, so it's still 5 points apiece with just 4.5 minutes gone. So Dean Lawler trying to, again, kicking it over to the other side of the field, looking for the bigger men in the centre there, but well caught there by John Fleming for Manowar. Good ball, but it's brilliantly won there. It's nice pass there by Aaron Jemison to Gary Collins. Gary's on a bit of a run again. And the linesman puts his flag up there. Good work there, have to say, by the Manowar centre field man, John Fleming, the captain. Gary was on a run, but he was shepherded out over the line like they do in the Aussie rules. It's a good old rule that you can legally foul somebody, but not in our game. I think it's a good one anyway, that you can try and prevent him. Ball brought in and it's punched out over the line by the full back Christy Unan Jr. and it's a line ball for Manowar over on the Craig Kieran side of the ground here. We've got just over 5 minutes gone. So again, it's John Fleming taking this free for Manowar. Just on the, it's a long one. It's dropping over to the left of the Parnells goal. They're looking for it in there. It's won well in there by the number 20. That's the sub for Manowar, Sean Mooney, but he loses the ball. Brilliantly picked up in there by Alan Hendrick coming out with the ball. He's been chased over there. He manages to get the ball out over the touchline there. Under a lot of pressure now. Alan Hendrick did very well, but it's gone out over the touchline for a line ball to Manowar. Taken there by the full forward Shane Moore and kicked in again. Gary Moore dropping in, picked up in there by, but again, great defender by Parnells, and Aaron Jemison won that well. The ball with James Sweeney. He gives it to Gary Collins. Gary looking up in the corner there for Stephen Duffy. Stephen, one of the two players that can win junior football medals today, to go with the junior hurling medals they won 2 Sundays ago. Duffy gives it into Gary Collins, who's kept running. Gary kicks it, but it looks like Martin Whelan is in there and wins the ball there, but just about goes to the left of the goalkeeper. And good effort there, good ball in by Gary Collins, and Martin Whelan almost made it, ran in from the edge of the square. So a little bit of pressure there by Parnells, and we're looking at a substitute there for Parnells. Owen Brown coming into the Parnells team, and it looks like James Sweeney, number 12, going off. So Owen Brown is
no, he's not. No.
wearing number 18 now. There we see Alan Hendrick is going off, yeah. To a lot of applause there by the Parnells crowd on the far side. Cornerback, Alan Hendrick going, and Owen Brown coming in. Bad kick out by that's won by James Sweeney on the ball, and again dispossessed very easy, but he manages to retain it, but picked up again by Shane Moore, but he fumbles the ball. 2 players tackling, but brilliant work in there by Darren Moyler. Darren gives it to the Rocket. The Rocket, brilliant ball by the Rocket into Paul Rigney. Paul now steadies himself, gives it to Moyler again. Back out to Gary Collins. And if there's one man you can depend on, it's one man you can depend on, a very, very skillful, tidy player. Gary with plenty of experience at senior level. Few of the players in the Parnells team have that as well, but Gary there steadied himself. Good work by the captain, Paul Rigney. Good work as well over there by Sweeney, and that's Parnells gone into the lead. We've 7, just coming up to 8 minutes of the second half here. As I said, that substitute come in. Owen Brown coming in for Alan Hendrick. And the ball kicked out by Paul Martin. It's in the middle of the field again, but they're battling for it there. And it's one in there, and on the ball now is the centre half back Robert Fay. Passed it down into the sub. That's Alan Mooney for Manowar. Gets the ball, but it's won back by Manowar. Shane Moore on the ball, be tackled in there, but Brown tackles him. Here's the very hard to dispossess, and referee James King said that's a free into Manowar. Soft free given away by Parnells, but this guy Shane Moore, from what I've seen, he's very hard to dispossess, wins the ball well, can solo it well too, and a good player. And it looks like it's William Moore going to take this one for Manowar. I think it was John Fleming was taking them all in the first half, but William Moore going to take it, and the referee talking to the linesman over there. There must have been some sort of an incident, the usual story. Referee James King having a quick word. 9 minutes gone here. It's Parnells ahead by 6 points to 5 in this junior final, and referee James King looks like he's going to go searching for somebody maybe. I think he's calling Shane McCluskey. I think he's calling over to him. Interval there, as I said, the referee was talking to the linesman, but and the end result is that Paul Cody, the Parnells left half back, was booked. That's the second yellow. There's a good kick from William Moore. It's gone over the bar. So they're level once again here in Parnell Park. 6 points apiece. We're just gone past the 10-minute mark, and 2 yellow cards in the second half so far, both for Parnells. Alan Hendrick, well, he's since been taken off, and Paul Cody. So Dean Lawler getting ready to kick this ball out. So they're level here in Parnell, so we still don't know, with 20 minutes plus to go now, whatever, we still don't know where the destination of this trophy is going to be for 2011. Another sub on there for Parnells. I see where number 17 Kieran Harvey, and I think it's where we'll see who was I think it's James Sweeney, the number 12 going off for Parnells. And a bit of a scramble over there for the ball. Referee going to throw it up once again. Probably the sensible thing to do. As I said, Kieran Harvey on at number 17. James Sweeney gone off. So the Parnells management ringing the changes as we get into the latter stage of this game. And ball won there by William Moore for Manowar. Again, it's Shane Moore who's full forward. Winning ball into Jason McGlynn. Now very nippy corner forward. Hits the ball in. Well won again by David O'Hara. The ball goes out again, and it's Shane Moore picks it up. And a Manowar man down. Brilliantly dispossessed there by Darren Moyler. Darren gets the ball now, soloing with it. Up along the far side of the field. A low one in, but in looking for the rocket, but it doesn't go in, and Rocket's still in there, and he wins it brilliantly. Referee penalised him, I think, for putting his feet in there, and it's a free up the field for Manowar now. And we're just gone into the 11th minute of the 11th minute of the game. Oh, a bad free taken there, and it's picked up by Gary Collins. Gary Solon with the ball, gives it. Martin Whelan outside and looking for the Whelan, has it now over on the far side of the field, steadies himself up. A huge kick by Whelan, but a very ambitious kick, and the ball has gone again to the wide again. 12 minutes gone here. It's 6 points apiece, and as I said, no sign of any pattern emerging here. Both teams very evenly matched, as we said at half time, and where it goes, nobody has any idea. It could take a bit of brilliance from either team to win this. Could be a brilliant goal or some classic points. But anyway, both teams going at it. Hammer and tongs, ball kicked out very well. One well in there by Aaron Jemison at centre field. And referee gives a free against him. Oh no, I think he made a bit of a mistake there. And I think the ref indicating that he got a belt in the chin or in the mouth. So Aaron Jemison is in the wars out there for the whole game. Good old warrior, now captain of the team 2 weeks ago, that won the junior hurling championship, looking for his second medal. And I don't think there's very many players, never mind Parnell's players. I wouldn't say any Parnell's player ever won 2 of them in the same year, certainly since, well, never did, I think, since we won the junior hurling championship for the first time, I think. Anyway, Gary Collins, a long ball, looks like it's going, and that is an absolutely outstanding score from Gary Collins. Brilliant score after 13 and a half minutes. Great work there by Aaron Jemison. Won that free, and Gary Collins, what's the word you use, nonchalantly over that bar, but a player who has great skill, very comfortable on the ball, and has oodles and noodles of experience, as have a lot of the other players in the Parnells team. So it's an experienced team that are out here. Most of them, or nearly all of them, had some senior experience. Anyway, the ball kicked out by Paul Martin, dropping again into the centre of the field. They challenge for it. It's picked up again by Manowar. One well, and it's Shane Moore in the thick of the action there for Manowar. Ball being played very short. Ball goes into number 20, Sean Mooney, and good tackling by Parnells there, and a bit of a harsh free there. And a free in now going to be taken by John Fleming. John Fleming hits a long ball in over the Parnells defenders, but out comes Dean Lawler. Central one gives it out to David Fitzpatrick. David now soloing with the ball over the far side. Looks to kick it up, and it's a poor effort there by Fitzpatrick. Gone out over the touchline, the far side for a line ball to Manowar. Taken quickly, it's gone to William Moore. William Moore a low one into a centre field partner, John Fleming. John Fleming being surrounded by Parnell's space. He still wins the ball and goes over there. A good shoulder by Dave Fitzpatrick over the line, but linesman gave it to Manowar. But I think the referee, I think the referee has no. The referee is. I thought the referee was pointing the other way. No, referee's having a word with a couple of players. No, it is a Parnell's line ball over there. Yeah, he's talking to the full forward from Manowar, Shane Moore. And Shane Moore's been in the thick of the action the whole game, as I said, a nice footballer, very hard to dispossess, and he's been in the middle of everything that's going on at Manowar, playing extremely deep, and the referee speaking to him over there. And as he speaks, I see another substitute coming on to the Manowar team there. Number 15, well that's not 15, 15 was David O'Hara. I thought he was coming on maybe. And the referee over there, I think he's spoken to Shane Moore. I'm not sure whether he gave him a yellow, but anyway, this is a free for Parnells. We've gone to the halfway stage of this second half. Gary Collins, a long ball dropping down, and it's bouncing. Oh, well kept in, I think, by Darren Moyler, but lost the ball now, and Manowar coming away with it. So a low ball going across, but Parnell's defence doing well, but into the middle here into Gary Moore for Manowar. And the ball with the left half back, it's James Fleming for Manowar. Ball comes off the back of Kieran Harvey's head, dropped it in again, and picked up in there by Paul Rigney like a oh, he's given a free in now. That's a strange one there. Paul Reid, the ball seemed to be hopping up off the ground, and he says that Rigney fouled the ball, but it was like a scrum half giving the ball back. But anyway, that's the referee's decision there. We've got 16 and a half coming up to 70 minutes gone the second half, and as I said, Parnell's ahead by a point, but I'm sure that this one will go over to make it level again going into the last 10 or 12 minutes of this game. So it's been taken by William Moore there for Manowar, and he's a left-footed kicker.